What's up everybody, Thomas Barkowski. Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood video. We're jumping on some Talus Shower, practicing with Oldhim for Blitz for Skirmish Season 6. Game 1 we play Briar. Now, I typically forget that Briar is a Ruin Blade, and Briar does Briar things and can hit you with arcane damage. So I did not bring in my Null Rune boots. If I were to put in one piece of Null Rune, it would be the boots. I might even switch out the arms, might keep the arms. So once I realize I don't have my boots, I know it's just a straight race. And I'm going to try to outrace Briar. Let's see how it goes. We got this nice fused Oakenold on our turn, so we're going to block a little bit, but still swing this Oakenold back. Come in for a nice juicy 9 dominate. Let me tell you, man, Pulse of Ice and Loft is absolutely phenomenal. I see why it's banned in CC. It is very, very good. It definitely triggers Oakenold, it makes Oakenold viable, and the ability to spam it as the Earth D-React to prevent 2 for your long games is unbelievably crazy. Now we have the nice 12 dominate here, so very, very nice. Close game. If he was able to fuse this, I just die, but he was unable to. So we can block, take chip damage, and then go for it. He's able to block out. We have to overblock this, so if he pumps it, he has the attack reaction. I have the D-react, so we're okay. I was hoping he didn't have the blue, but then he had the attack reaction. And then here he goes again. He's coming in for a 7. So we gotta block this as well. We only have 1 health. Could throw the tunic in front of it. Oh, he's only coming in for 5. He does the reaction. I do not have the resource, so I die. So I lose game 1 against Briar. Jump in against Riptide. Alright, what I've seen so far of Riptide and CC, I've been practicing with Katsu. Riptide does not seem to be the strongest hero. I understand his cards are new and people are still figuring them out, but my first impression is that he is not the strongest hero. Same thing with Uzuri in Classic Constructed. But let's see how Riptide does in Blitz. So we know this is kind of strange when we see that Falcon Arrow. I know the Falcon Arrow isn't really recommended in any of the CC decks, at least what I've seen by people discussing spoilers. So that kind of throws me off. Also throws me off he has a Death Dealer. I don't know if that's correct or not. I don't know if that's better than his bow, the barbed bow, or the great bow. I actually don't play Ranger, so just a little bit off, but nothing too crazy here. He can buff a little bit, we can block a little bit and swing back. I put the Oakenold in Arsenal because I'm hoping that I draw the Pulse and that I can come in with 9 dominate, but I do not see the Pulse as soon as I'd like to, which is, you know, a little bit of a bummer, but you know, it's a 1-of, so not too unrealistic to not see it for a while. Oakenold is just a lot harder to get off when you have to use 2 separate cards, an Earth and an Ice. The Pulse is just a complete cheat code. So, you know, we're just going to go back and forth here, try to be as efficient as we can, block out as best as we can. This is where I get a little impatient, and I'm tired of waiting for the fuse. We have the pummel, so we can just go ahead and pummel this. So we're going to play the Oakenold for 7. Fortunately, it's only a blue pummel, not a red. And then we can put in that D-React, which is nice. Oldhim's just so well-rounded. He has a very nice armor suite. We have Winter's Wail, we have Pulse, we can Oakenold. Crown of Providence is just phenomenal. You can even run Snapdragon Scalers in Oldhim. That's super fun to snap your E-Strike into like a Command and Conquer, or an Endless Winter, or an Oakenold. Probably not fused either of those, but super duper fun. But I'm trying out just the Iron Rot, just to give me a little extra defense. My goal is to kind of drag the opponent into some deeper water, and then continue the pressure throughout the game, especially second cycle, and get value out of the Pulse, and get value out of the Heart, and try to actually hit them with a fused Oakenold. Every time I just straight race, I typically lose in CC. So I'm trying to actually play like a good player and not just take 8 to the face to swing 8 back. So almost the whole deck is 3 blocks, besides the Heart and the 2 Blizzards. So we just keep chipping him away, 18 to 2, feeling comfortable. He has 16 cards in the deck. We just keep blocking out, being efficient, throw an attack at them. Worst case scenario, if they don't die to one of my attacks, they just fatigue out, run out of cards, and die anyway. So looking pretty grim for our Riptide. He's going to double Art of War here. But long story short, the double Art of War is not going to save him. He accidentally blocks with the wrong card here, and it's not an attack action, so it only blocks for 2 with the cash in. So he undoes it to redouble Art of War to block with an attack action, which is fine, you know, it's whatever. Now we have the CNC, we have the pummel, we have the pulse. So like that Openal's got to be in there somewhere. So this person's looking thin. We don't even use the pummel. We just throw a big 8 at them. They got to block it out, and then they have 2 health. You get 3 cards from a ranger, it's over. They can't really afford to block super well. And then we have the pummel. So worst case scenario, we double pummel this. That's game. On to the next one. Alright, we got another Riptide. This is a different Riptide. Different opponent. If anything, I prefer going second in Blitz. I like to block out, not with my armor, but with my cards. And then try to take tempo and chip them away. Set up my cycle. Not a big fan of going first. I'm not really a super aggro deck, although Oldhim can get pretty aggro style. You know, you put in the snaps, you draw the right hands, and we're off to the races for sure. So he's gonna, you know, shoot an arrow, we're gonna block out. Keeping the pummel, so, you know, maybe I can use a pummel here. Now I Oldhim D-react, so he can't arsenal, which is a win, because he's a ranger, and they like working with their arsenal. He sees the pummel, he does not like this, so he tries to undo like 5 times in a row, because, you know, he's going to lose a card from hand and take a bunch of damage. So he just spams the undo button, and yeah, that's not going to happen. So finally get to play it out. They were going to discard and take a bunch of damage. 20-11 is not where you want to be in Blitz. So here we go. I expected him to snap this, so I just gave him the Frostbite instead. Said, all right, cool. If you want to snap it, you need to have the blues and the resources, and he doesn't. So now we're just going to keep the pressure on. We're going to put the channel into Arsenal, and there's 2 options there. We either get to play the channel in the future, or we just crown the channel away. So he's going to take even more damage. Now he's down to 7. Like, we're only 3 turns in, and he's down to 7, so not looking good. We're going to give him another Frostbite, try to slow him up. Alright, we're swinging a big 10 here, and we get to put our arsenal in. Like, come on, that's crazy. So I'm feeling good. My tunic is ready. I still have 2 block left in my equipment, 1 in the arms, 1 in the legs. They're already down to 7 health, and they just take the L. So jump into another game very quickly. I just need to flip out my shield. For some reason, everything was in the main board, so I kept putting my shields secondary. So if you don't pay attention and you jump into a game and you just start it, you start out with the Arcane Lantern instead of the shield. So you Zeri there, backed out. Then we go into another game. We place Kano. Kano's just good. I mean, he's very threatening. He doesn't have the Aether Wildfire combo to just kill you, but you're only at 20 health. And he has Storm Striders, which I believe combination with Wizard mechanics is the best legendary in the game. I think it's unbelievably powerful. It allows Kano and Icelander to kill you on their turn and to kill you on your turn. So, never really a fan of playing Wizards, but he takes 5 straight to the face. Which is very interesting. He can't swing the moon there, he didn't have the resources, so he only does 3 damage. Also strange, he's playing moon and not the Crucible Raider Weave. At least I found that interesting. I'm able to Oasis this, so he cannot get that extra intellect. As you can see, I do not have the armor because I brought in AB4, electing to keep my tunic. Now he's down to 5 health already. I mean, he could still kill me. It's not outside of reason. He goes up to 9 there off of his little tome. Gaining 4 health. He's going to moon me. We're going for big attacks here for tempo. I have real no way... wow, that was really bad English. I don't really have a good way to get reds out of the deck because I can't block with the reds. I just have to pitch all the time. So if I just constantly pitch and pitch and pitch, eventually I'll get into a bad situation where I don't have the resources to stop Kano. And it's really hard to fatigue him out. So I find that I have to try to maintain tempo and get cards out of their hand. And if I just go the fatigue pitching route, I'll draw 3 reds and just die. So I'm just trying to keep the big swings coming. He's down to 1 health. He blocks with everything. Now this is nice because I have all these blues and I have the pummel. So there's lots of different things I could do, but I like to swing big, and I have an AB3 in hand, which is amazing because he's going for his turn. He breaks his Ragamuffins hat, you know, put his blazing on top, then he's coming in for 3, and then he'll buff the next attack by 3, and then blazing will double the buff, and I AB3 it so it doesn't hit. So they just go ahead and, you know, take the L there. I tried to jump into another game, but I wasn't able to find one in like a minute or 2, and instead of just waiting and being patient, I decided to stop the stream and voice record this video. So if you're still watching, thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.